Remix.
Bachelor Nation, will you accept this rose? We love you. Love is in the air. It's magic. 'Cause love is on the air. On TV. So love is on the air. Podcast. It's a podcast. Podcast. Love is in the air. It's magic. 'Cause love is on the air. On TV. So love is on the air. A podcast. It's a podcast featuring Andy, Sarah, and Glenn. Bachelor Pod, it's the Bachelor Pod, it's a podcast about the Bachelor.
Will you accept this podcast?
Episode 2, coming at you live, Toronto, Ontario, but beaming around the world. It's the Bachelor Pod with Andy, Sarah, and Glenn. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're live on the air.
Live
on the air.
Did you hear about it? We're live. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
This is actually about as live as we get because we're coming at you directly after the episode. We are fresh.
That is true. We are fresh. We are live.
What did you eat during your watching of The Bachelorette tonight, Glenn?
Oh, I didn't eat anything. I had a sip of ice water. That's it.
One
but
sip.
I had dinner right before.
And what'd you eat then?
I had, it was very basic. See, here's the story. Quick story. I had a whole plan to go to Kensington Market in Toronto, which I live close to. If you've never been here, it's like a, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like an old-time street, and there's lots of fruit and vegetable vendors at reasonable prices. So I was going to go there. There's a cool butcher shop, but I got a call that I had to go pick up our car from the mechanic. So that derailed my plan, see?
There you go, your plan's are shot.
Yeah, totally. So I go to that, I had a lovely experience at the garage, and then I decided for the purposes of ease, I'd go to the local Loblaws, which if you don't know is a major grocery chain here in Canada, but horrifically overpriced, especially the one I go to, which is in the heart of downtown Toronto on Queen Street West. Went to this Loblaws. I was surrounded by, as Liv and I call them, fruit bats. That's just a derogatory term for anyone who seems annoying. And they didn't even have regular cereal anymore at these Loblaws.
What? What do you mean?
That's sort of an aside to they don't have, like I went to what used to be, I haven't been there in a really long time because it sucks. But I went to the old cereal aisle, and they just had, like, artisanal cereals.
They didn't have, like a Honeycombs or a Corn Pops?
No major brands.
Is this the one at Portland and Queen?
Yeah.
What? Yes, they do.
No, you went to the wrong aisle, Glenn.
You must have looked in the wrong aisle.
I looked. It said cereal, so this must be the one. And then they replaced one.
Maybe organic cereal.
Maybe. I don't know. That's the thing. I haven't been there in a while, but I got fed up. But anyway, I ended up getting some asparagus because Ontario's got some pretty good asparagus. Yep. And some, like, I wanted to get a good meat deal because, you know, when you go to a grocery store, like, well, I'm not paying full price for meat. So I'm looking for the deal.
Yeah, which one? Where's the deal coming at me?
Gotta get the 99-cent Ziggies.
Exactly. I avoided the Ziggies. I got some like turkey breast that was still really expensive, but I cooked it all up and made some potatoes.
Nice.
I had to feed Liv, who's feeding for two. And
yeah,
she ate
as you can
of it
see, if you're watching
time.
online, there is now a baby bed behind Glenn.
Also known as a crib.
Yeah.
A baby's bed. And the thing about the baby's bed, Bachelor Pod update, us three on the pod spent some time on the weekend in the Muskoka region of Ontario, which we deduced where we were, Lake Rosso, at that time was the best lake in the world, or we were in the best place in the world.
Best place in the world, yeah.
Deductive logic, Toronto, one of the best cities in the world, Muskoka, one of the best regions around Toronto, Lake Rosso, one of the best lakes in that region. Therefore, we were in the best spot in the world.
And it was really nice and warm, which is key.
It was really nice. I didn't swim because the water was too cold.
The water was quite cold, so that puts a bit of a knock on things. But, like, I got in there. It was all right.
I got in there, too. It was good. But, in conclusion, because I was away, Liv's brother and my brother stepped up and put together all this baby furniture. I didn't have to do anything.
Well, you were just chilling at a cottage.
Yeah, in retrospect, like when we're telling the story to the baby, she's probably gonna look at me weird, but or like if she's mad at me, that might come up. You know what I mean? Like, you never even built my crib. Fuck off, Dad.
Fuck off, Dad. I asked you that question just so we could tell you that we ate what kind of sandwiches?
California sandwiches.
California sandwiches, a really great brand of sandwiches. They're now on Uber Eats. And guess what, Glenn? Huge news for me. So California sandwiches are really yummy. Breaded veal, breaded chicken.
They're Italian sandwiches, and they're really a staple of Toronto.
Really a staple of Toronto.
If you come to Toronto, like that's the one of the foods that you got to get.
Yeah, but they're huge. They're huge.
They're massive.
But the one at Dufferin and wherever it is north has a mini sandwich that is still a very large sandwich, but it was perfect.
Yeah.
I was
that's
so
good.
happy.
I didn't know they did that.
When I can find
sizable.
a mini version or a half version that I can purchase and then I feel like I can finish it all, I'm not overwhelmed. Because sometimes when I look at my plate, I'm overwhelmed.
You get overwhelmed just by normal amounts of food sometimes too, though, right?
Yeah.
But this one was perfect.
Liv is the exact same. She won't even eat like big florets of broccoli because they're too overwhelming. Like they have to be mini. So
they're hard.
I don't know, man.
I understand.
You guys know about biting things, right?
Hey, it's not.
Yeah,
I didn't say anything about the too big broccoli. That's not. I'll eat a big piece of broccoli. It's just if I have too much food on the plate, it's like I have to finish this. And you know what? I don't know why, because my parents said I never had to finish my food. So
I kind of get that. I'm overwhelmed at buffets, for example. I get a little
Yes.
stressed because it's like you're pressured to eat as much as you can, and you might feel like you don't want to eat all that you can. You know what I mean?
And I always get too much on my plate.
I've never been stressed by food being there. Any amount.
Yeah.
I have.
I've been stressed by there not being enough food. I've been stressed by there being no food. I've never been stressed by looking down and seeing food around me.
Okay, I have a question for.
not
Sorry,
stressful
Glenn.
to
What were you
me.
gonna say?
I just said I've been stressed in all manner of food
Me
situations.
too.
I
for sure.
cannot relate.
So I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
What do you think? And this is for the crowd as well. Please tweet at us. This has nothing to do with the Bachelorette. What do you think is the most, like, in all of the buffets or all the different kinds, what is the one most popular item that, like, links them all?
Interesting.
What do you think gets eaten the most at a buffet? I think it's French fries.
Yeah. French fries, onion rings. I was going to say shrimp. I
Ooh.
think because across all, but whether it's an American style buffet, which we don't get a lot in Canada. We have a lot of Asian buffets.
Yeah, a lot
at
of
least in
Chinese
Ontario.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although they mix in what you'd call Western food.
Yeah,
but,
for sure. Yeah, you can get
I
fries
think-
at those. That's why fries has got to be number one.
Yeah.
I think
you're
it's
right.
fries. Or maybe, like, salad.
Cookies. Yeah. Lettuce.
Yeah.
Maybe lettuce. Salad.
Ooh, lettuce.
Carrot sticks.
Yeah.
Jell-
If we're
Hello?
going with like a dish,
A dish. Okay, that's a little different.
so like a pasta or something or some kind of cooked meat. Let's take fries out of the equation.
Then it's like chicken wings.
Chicken wings, yeah, that's a good one.
Wings are big, yeah.
Wings are
Because you'll
big,
find
yeah.
those at an Asian buffet as well as the
Certainly.
more classic American buffet.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, this has been an
I want to
interesting
ask.
one.
Yeah, I want to ask everyone, what's your
It's not a
top
bad
buffet
question.
food? I'd say mine is fries, pickles, pickles and fries.
Those
Like,
are just your normal foods.
But I
though.
know, but it's exciting when you go to a buffet.
That's true.
And it's like a
exciting when you can eat
Chinese
as much
food
as you
buffet,
want.
and you're like, oh, they got pickles and fries.
That is-
Cool.
I like when there's like the Chinese food, like General Tao chicken and like sweet and sour chicken and things like that. Like that's what I like.
I like a noodle too.
Oh,
Like
I love a
Korean
noodle.
Good noodle.
You know?
I
Yeah.
always get too much though. Always.
That's
kinda-
everyone. That's everyone at buffets.
Such a waste.
Loaded up too much.
Yeah.
Update on what's the buffet? Where did we go for your birthday, Glenn?
Mandarin.
Mandarin.
is a chain that we think might be in Ontario only. It might be Canada-wide, not sure. But yes.
They found a dead mouse on a seat.
Which seems staged. It did. It really did. Because the picture of the mouse, first of all, looked like a rat. And second of all, it was like wedged in between two seats. Like mice don't die like that.
They go off. Most animals
They go
off
off.
to die.
They
yeah.
might have found it on the ground and put it on the chair. I don't know.
Could be.
But scandalous nonetheless. And it was the location that we went to for my birthday this year. It
It was at that location.
Yeah, it was.
was a little
yeah.
grimy.
It was
Certainly grimy.
grimy.
It looked like they hadn't updated anything since the mid '90s.
And there was a light flickering overhead, which was very unnerving. But I'll defend the Mandarin anytime, so I love it.
Great. Well, we had some good food chats off the top.
I like it. Before we get into the action, I have to apologize for the first 15 minutes of that podcast last week. I was clicking a pen and I didn't even realize it. So
Did someone call you on it?
yeah, someone called me on that.
I didn't notice either.
Who called you on it?
our longtime listener Nikki called me out on it, and I deserved it because that would be really annoying if you're trying to listen to a podcast.
Yeah.
I didn't notice.
And if you ever watch on YouTube, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm always fiddling with something. It's just my nervous energy. So I'm looking around my desk right now, looking for things that I could fiddle with that won't make noise. And I found a couple things, so I'm going to be very aware of that, and I apologize to all listeners who might have been put off by that.
Well, it couldn't have been worse than the time Sarah and I were eating pizza.
Yeah, where we cooked a pizza right before and then
ate it while talking.
And then we got called on it, and we said, makes sense.
Fair
we
enough.
shouldn't have done that.
It's gross.
Yeah, gross.
I have since listened to a podcast where they were eating and drinking during it and like burping and stuff, and it was brutal. So I apologize again. For putting you through that.
I think that was 2 years ago.
It was a long time ago.
Unacceptable.
It was during. It might have even been during our first watch.
We were learning.
In the your house that you're in now, because you used the pizza oven, right?
Yeah.
That was the whole thing, and it took you like 10 hours to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
so
made
long.
that was the worst night. We made you and Liv wait for so long, and then we smashed our mouths on.
It was brutal.
I also, Glenn, what about a pipe cleaner?
To play with?
Yeah, you move it around, it bends, it's silent.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. I have this pen. Again, if you're on YouTube, you get an exclusive. This pen does not click. So I can turn it on and off, and you're not hearing anything. I also have this Bart Simpson toy whose limbs move.
There you go. You got some stuff. So you got some silent stuff.
Glenn. You're gonna be okay.
But guys, we just watched The Bachelorette.
Yes.
Yeah, let's talk about The Bachelorette, episode 2. This is a big episode.
Yeah, I missed the first 40 minutes of it because I was visiting a friend's baby, but I got right in there on the Connor? Is that his name?
What's his Connor throwing the picture.
Like I just came in on that, so Andy explained everything. So I saw most of it. I think I just missed like that date, basically. He filled me in. Seems like Connor's an asshole.
Yes. But that being said, I do love these early episodes with group dates. The dates tend to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They don't take themselves too seriously. There's a lot of guys. The guys are kind of feeling themselves out. There were a couple good groups, except for a couple bad apples this week, but everyone seemed to be getting along. The first date was Clay, Nick, Chris R, David, Jean Blanc, Jordan, Connor, and Lincoln. They hit up a ranch for a classic obstacle course, the theme being weddings, and featuring Brian and Rachel.
Yeah, this one, whoa. A wild Liv appears.
Chupacabra, yeah.
Yeah. Tell her to say hello.
Yeah. It's bedtime for her, I think.
Oh, wow.
She's gonna do an episode at some point.
Sweet. We can't wait to have her back. This was like a pretty weird what is it? An obstacle course?
Yeah.
It was like okay, well let's just talk about what happened. Lincoln for sure cheated.
Yes.
He for sure Yeah, he for sure cheated. But in these things you gotta know that they don't care if you cheat.
That's why I think he was right to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. I'm not gonna say it's right to do it, but I would like. I'm not mad. I'm not that mad at him. But also, well, hang on. Also, like they, I understand all the other guys being pissed off at him for it.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not genuine. I think that's
what
why.
Connor
right?
said about him.
So it's like I didn't even see that. Just the vibe I get for 2 reasons. He cheated, and then he cried about how hard it was to win. So his crying was fake for sure, and he's not genuine, so he doesn't realize that that's too much. Like, and then at the end, when it was the rose ceremony, I saw him talking and going over stuff, and I was like, "Oh, you're trying to figure out what you should say all the time and what you should do all the time to look a certain way."
Yeah,
that is just the vibe I get from him.
Could that have something to do? Like, he hasn't. Where's he from again? I don't remember. But it doesn't seem like English is his first language.
I just think that's an accent. I just think that's an accent.
Yeah, I think I don't know, but I think he's. I mean, I think he's fluent. I don't think he has problems speaking English.
There for a long time.
Okay. So originally from Nigeria, Lincoln moved to Boston when he was a teenager. Okay, yeah. So it's kind of like his Nigerian accent, and then did he live in London? Did he live in England? What was Jordan talking about?
There's something else about Britain. Like he's got a. Yeah, I think he did, but
it seemed to me like they were judging him a bit. Like, I don't know. Well, I mean, if he's been in the States for over 10 years. I don't know. All I'm saying, I guess he's a bit of a weird guy. It seemed like they were getting all over him a little quick, despite his cheating, which I would think that once they saw him get up, everyone would just be like, "Oh, fuck it, I'm getting out of here."
You know that's what I would have done. I would have just jumped out if he was. I was like, well, I'm not going to be the first one to cheat, but I'll cheat after someone else does.
Yeah.
If no one cares, which is what I'm pretty sure what David did, because he was right after him.
Oh yeah.
But they let him get out to a pretty serious lead. Like, don't you know they're not going to call you back or anything like that. They're not going to be like, hey,
he was being judged by Brian and fucking Rachel. What are they? They were the refs.
Yeah, they're not going to be like
get it over with.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I don't mind a sneak and a cheat during a silly game.
It was a bit of a sneak. It was a bit of a cheat. Yeah, listen, it sucks, but hey, you know what? You cheat to win, man.
Yeah, the stakes weren't.
I think Maggie's going to disagree with us.
She's going to disagree.
Maggie, let us know. She's a watcher.
Maggie, let us know. Cheat to win?
Yeah, cheat to win.
And listeners as well. Just general listeners. Cheat to win?
Cheat to win.
Yeah. Apparently, Bachelorette is cool with cheat to win.
In this situation, I am. And I actually, we mentioned this before, but the setup to the date, I really liked. How they got pampered, then they got tricked by having to crawl around through mud.
Oh, yeah, Sarah doesn't know. They were all wearing, like, tuxedos and stuff.
Yeah.
Did they look handsome?
Yes, they did.
They did, yeah.
You got to see them shirtless a lot, too.
Yeah, they all got changed in front of her.
When we first saw Becca, I was like, why is she wearing a wedding dress? Which she kind of was. And then it all kind of made sense. So I can't make fun of that.
Then it all came together.
Lots of gowns. Lots of gowns this episode. She wore a gown in the group date on this one at the end. A lot of cleaves, a lot of gowns.
A lot of sparkles, too.
Lots of sparks.
So the whole thing with Lincoln and Connor, Lincoln gets this photo of them because he wins, quote unquote. It's a nice picture, nice keepsake, no doubt.
Yeah.
But okay, here it is. So Lincoln, whatever, puts it on display, and the guys are like, "Oh, that's a little rude." Which them thinking that was like an affront to them was stupid in the first place.
So stupid.
And then Lincoln taking it so seriously was also stupid. Then Connor taking it even more seriously and throwing it was stupid. Then Lincoln reacting the way he did was stupid. It's like at every step of the way, no one was right. You know what I mean?
Like, I thought that Lincoln was obnoxious, like very obnoxious about the whole thing, but not wrong. Like, I think Connor was wrong, and I think Lincoln was just like annoying and a bit of a loser. But like he won, and he was like, he brought it in and was like, haha, hey guys, like, look at the picture. And then everyone's like, oh, we don't need to see that, come on. And then Connor went a little too far with it, as we all know. But then it was like Lincoln kissing the picture and stuff in between. It's like, all right, buddy, now you're asking for it,
And
like
Lincoln hanging out like all sullen in the middle of the stairs, just waiting for her to walk by. And then, hey, what's wrong? Well, you know that picture you gave me? Connor threw it in the pool. Like, come on, man.
That's lame as hell.
Keep her out of it.
Yeah, she has a lot of handsome men, but she has a lot of immature boys at the same time.
Yeah,
well said.
Mixed with that, like, you could be a handsome man, so you see him and you're like, ooh, like Lincoln. He's very handsome.
Yeah.
And seems like he's got it together, but then just so immature so much.
Well, you forget, and apologies to anyone in their mid-20s, but us being in our mid-30s now, or I guess in Sarah's case, your mid-early 30s.
Boom.
There we go. You're not a fully formed adult at 26, which is how old Lincoln is. I mean, come on.
No, but you're not like you're 19. You know what I mean? You're not like
he feels 19.
You still should have a bit more sense to you.
A youngster.
How old's Connor? How old's the C-man here? He's about the same, right? 25.
He's 25.
Yeah, what a baby.
I guess in summation, like, it was just. I mean, I guess they were just mining for content there in the edit, but that was strange.
It was so dumb.
All over this weird tongue-in-cheek picture that means nothing.
Really? You'd smash it and throw it into the pool? Like, that's nuts. And I am like, spoiler to the end, but like, geez, I'm very surprised she kept him. Although he did seem to redeem himself pretty nicely, I will say. He had a nice move.
In real life,
that's
an instant out.
Oh yeah,
right?
no way. I don't want anything to do with that person.
It's the classic. If he's capable of getting this mad over a stupid picture, then what else can he do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I get that
Red
it's a
flag.
game, and we can say like you can get emotional by the game. This is week 1,
Yeah.
date 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're also like it's hitting you this hard right away, him and Lincoln, you're not gonna last.
No,
you're not gonna be able to handle this.
No.
And I think, week 5 or 6 when everyone's getting really emotional, that's different. You have feelings. You caught feelings by that point.
Yeah.
But no one's caught feelings right now. Everyone's just kind of having fun.
Exactly. It's all about having fun. And meanwhile, I mean, our boy Jean Blanc managed to swoop right in there, really lay it down, and he comes out with the rose.
Yeah, when he was first on the show, the perfume, I wasn't as interested in him. I was like, he seems too obsessed with his perfume. And then when I saw him get the card for the other date, very sexy.
Oh yeah, now you're in.
Now I'm in. He's a sexy man.
There's a few sexy men. I gotta say
she got a good crop.
She does have a good crop. I agree.
I thought Jean Blanc handled himself well on this one, and just like, she seems into more of these guys more than I thought she would.
Yeah.
Like
I like
I like that though. That's good.
She mentioned Jean Blanc was like giving her little looks throughout the date, I guess through the obstacle course. And that, hey man, use those non-verbal cues because you're not going to get a lot of one-on-one time. Use the space in between.
I'm talking. Sorry.
Like you can take advantage of that. That was smart by Jean Blanc. You don't have to save it all for these cocktail parties, after parties, dates. Use every second you got.
And don't worry about necessarily winning, because if you're too focused then on winning, no one really, like, I wouldn't care if you won. I'd care if you were paying attention to me. If you're paying attention to me, I'm gonna like you. And I feel like when you're especially dating someone, that's the case. Also, one thing I've noticed is that the guys that she really seems into are a little older. I just looked at all their ages for the guys that got the roses on the dates, and the guy, I think Blake might be the only one that's a little younger. No, like they're all like 28 to 31, the guys that did really well tonight.
Interesting. And then the younger guys were a little immature, and the really old guys got the boot.
That's true. The younger
AKA
guys,
Alex.
Yeah, the younger guys are Connor and David at 25 right now.
Yeah.
And they're showing it big time.
Yeah, they're showing it, exactly. That being said, how old's Jordan? Jordan's 26, so he's also on the younger side.
But he's had a full career at this point.
Jordan?
Jordan's the model. Sorry, I was getting him mixed up with the football player.
Well, by 26
guy.
in the modeling world, that's really old. So
in Florida, I doubt he has much time left.
So anyways, let's carry on here.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jean Blanc ends up with the rose. Connor, not looking so good, and people are a little wary of Lincoln. But then it was time for this season's first one-on-one date with Blake, who in this past week, when people calmed down about Garrett and kind of wrote him off, everyone I've been talking to on the street, they're saying they love Blake, and he proved it today.
Yeah.
In the words of, what's that guy? Who's it, the Bachelor?
Juan Pablo?
It was a great date.
Great date.
Yeah.
And I'm loving Blake.
Sales
How
rep.
can you not? He looks like Harland Williams a bit.
Yeah, he does.
Or the kid who played him in Half Baked, who Andy used to pretend to be at parties.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Didn't know that one.
I forgot about that.
That was a long time ago.
That was like I think it was only at one party that we did that, but that was a fun joke.
That's fun.
I was in Half Baked. I was the kid who played Harlan Williams.
There's a bit of an obscure reference, but
people would be like, "Cool,"
because you can't really picture it in your head, so they can't really deny it.
That was our joke.
Oh,
anyway,
that's awesome.
So Blake, I still think he's got a block head, but I think he's real sweet.
He's handsome. He's one of those guys that looks like a greaser from the 1950s.
He doesn't look like a greaser.
Not a greaser, but a guy from the 19. He has the look of like, maybe not a greaser, then like a sporty guy.
Like a square-jawed football
player. Johnny
Unitas.
And he wears like bow ties and stuff. The clothes he wears are like vintagey looking.
Liv was saying she really likes his smile.
Yes.
I concur, and it's kind of nice to see a guy without like veneer chiclets. Like there's a slight imperfection, which is great, you know?
And he seems to really,
I
really
cannot say
like
enough
her.
good things about Blake. Yeah, and that's the other thing. They seem to have genuine conversation. I gotta admit.
Good chemistry. She was into him. Yep. Blake's looking sharp here, looking like
And
that initial meeting on AFR was really stuck with her.
That's true.
Get
back on the horse.
Turns out that was a huge deal.
I think we have to be careful, though, with this whole Garrett situation. We're all writing him off because we've all found out now he's shit.
I'm not writing him off.
But she didn't know it. So, like, everyone's picking Blake. And I even did afterwards, so I should check myself. Because I picked him to win, but I'm like, maybe it's just because I hate Garrett now.
Yeah,
like,
it could be.
She has no idea about any of this stuff. And if she did, she wouldn't pick Garrett.
You can't argue with Blake's performance on this date, though.
No.
I mean,
not at all.
It was amazing.
Despite Garrett, even if we didn't know all that, Garrett was sort of an afterthought this episode.
Yeah.
This date was awesome. Except for the fact that the whole theme, they're like, man, you got to forget about Ari. Then every date's like, hey, remember Ari?
Oh, we didn't talk about, though, what happened
Lil
on
Jon.
the date. It was my favorite activity. Like, take away the Ari stuff, but what they were doing to the music.
Exactly.
Like, the live music was amazing.
Lil Jon rules.
Yeah.
He
the
was
coolest
on Celebrity
guest.
Apprentice.
Yeah.
He was.
Didn't he almost win it?
Yeah, he almost did. I think that was the season Big and Rich one, or whoever Rich. I don't know. I guess it wasn't Big.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Lil Jon. Yeah, Lil Jon's sick. They smashed up a bunch of TVs and everything.
Cool.
And it was very cool. Yeah, man, that was neat.
She looked like she was having a blast.
I am already over all this Ari stuff though. Like,
yes.
let's just
big time.
Let's get I'm sick of him. I'm sick of him.
Smelly.
He stinks. We don't want him around no more.
And we all know what's going on with him in the GQ article. What a stinks. He got interviewed for GQ. They hung out with him for a really long time. And then they had, I didn't talk about it last time. Okay. Then they had a meeting, and then she started interviewing Lauren, and Lauren like abruptly stopped the interview, or stopped it, and they canceled the rest of the interview. And then Lauren's claiming she got bullied in her own home or whatever. When the woman who was asking questions, she's like, I asked her how she felt about, I guess, Becca had said that she thought she would be a more 50-50 split for Ari because she wouldn't let him get away with shit, and Lauren's not going to be like that.
Yeah.
And I guess that was one of the ones that tipped her off, and I don't think she wants to talk about what happened anymore and just the fact that they're getting married. But it's like, Lauren, you guys came up through drama. People, that's why you're on shows. Nobody cares that you're getting married. Everyone hates you.
And that's been the whole thing with them, where they're like, well, we want to get away from the spotlight. And then they're giving all these interviews and being like, we're getting married. They announced that right before the premiere of The Bachelorette. So, sorry, you can't.
Yeah,
you can't.
You're in it. You're in the muck. Deal with it.
You're in the muck big time. There's a way to get under the radar, and it's just to not announce anything on social media, because you guys are personality to have several thousand followers, and we're waiting for you to say something dumb. And you did.
You said a lot of dumb things.
A lot of dumb things. Anyway, Blake, let's keep talking about Blake. I could talk about him all night long. But he sort of completed the date. I don't know if trifecta is the right word, but they had fun. And then this is only number 2. Well, I guess number 3 is Rose. Number 2 in the trifecta, he divulged personal information.
It's going to say that.
And that is that he got dumped real bad. He fell hard and fast in a relationship. Then he discovered some text messages while they were together in a room or something, and that was that. She was going to break up with him, and then, so embarrassed, heartbroken.
Bit of a red flag. She was in the bathroom, so he was looking at her text on her phone.
But, I mean, if that screen lights up.
It could also be like, the thing where
he suspected something.
It shows up like on her lock screen.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
But I like him, so at this point, I don't care.
Yeah. It ended with a kiss, I think. It must have.
She grabbed him.
Kiss. Ooh, yeah.
She did the Becca grab.
Oh, yeah.
They seem like a very good couple.
Speaking of kisses, I forgot. I wanted to mention John Blanc's kiss, where he's like,
oh, yeah.
You got a nice smile. It's almost as good as your lips. Your lips are so soft. And then she's like, all right, come here. And then she just started kissing him. It's like, I get what you're doing. You don't need to talk about my lips for so long.
Try and give me a first kiss. Try and say something. What would you say to me to kiss me?
You have real nice lips.
That's just what he said.
Yeah. Do you want me to be
your
him?
own self? What would you say? Because we never had this moment.
No, but that's the thing. Like, don't talk. Just get in there.
Ooh.
Whoa,
I liked
you
that.
Heard it live. Here it is.
I got a little flushed. And
See, this is what I'm talking about. Jean
time.
Blanc was like, your lips, your smile, your like, just get in there, man.
Yeah, either you just get in there, or you say you say something as you're going in, like
yes.
you say like,
yeah.
Can I give you one of these?
Glenn, everyone has to watch Glenn do that because you're in a white tank top.
Yeah, it's still hot here.
Yeah, and it's like so you're kind of like
really bad.
It's
too.
like really bright, and you just look like
fast.
all eyes coming in.
So fast, dude. Can I give you one of these?
Yeah, and it's fast, so you're kind of saying something.
Yeah. Let me
That's
try you,
great.
Andy.
That's really good.
Okay.
Give him one of these.
Your hair looks great.
Oh, thank you.
Oh
my god.
We were watching the movie The Thing and didn't say anything.
I think we've told that story before.
Yeah, but we didn't say anything. We just
started at it.
Started making
it's
out.
all natural, which is how it should be, really.
And we kind of surprised, like halfway through, we looked at each other and we're like,
cool.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah.
Cool, bud.
I enjoed that. Did you? Yeah, I did.
You have a nice body, so do you.
Let's carry on.
Yeah.
Yes. Let us get nude.
Let's get nude.
Nude.
So Blake, front runner now, gotta be, I guess. Even though they're obviously playing the Colton, I don't know card, which it all started during group date number 2, featuring Garrett, Ricky, John, Ryan, Alex, Kriston, Trent, Leo, Wills, and Colton. And it was another fun tongue-in-cheek date, this time at a dodgeball match, preceded by dodgeball training, starring some Hollywood elite children actors.
Yeah, no doubt, right? Like,
it was obvious. They
definitely casted these kid actors to come in and scream at these guys.
But they really screamed at them.
They did a good job.
They did a good job. Yeah, they hired good kid actors. I
love the little girl.
Yeah, the little girl was funny. They were all it was good. It was all right.
Did we all know Leo was a stuntman? Did we talk about that?
We did know that.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I was thinking about it when he was playing dodgeball because I was like, oh yeah, he's doing some real stuntman moves. Just
I gotta tell you,
really sacrificing the body during that.
Yeah. I'm obsessed with Leo.
You are.
I'm obsessed. Leo. So we got Leo and Mike. They both have long hair.
Yeah.
Leo takes care of his hair. His hair looks awesome.
It does. It looks good. Yeah.
It's like a beautiful mane. Like he has nicer hair than I'd say anyone there, including Becca. Mike's is always dirty. He never brushes it.
It looks greasy.
It looks greasy. He looks like a lion that's sick.
Mike sucks.
And Leo's looks like Leo.
Mike
like
the guy.
Leo the lion.
Mike the guy looks cool. Like he
get a
seems like a
haircut.
nice guy. I just don't.
If you can't brush it, cut it.
I just don't think his hair's any good.
Did you guys see the suit Mike was wearing at the cocktail party?
Yeah.
Black shirt, black tie, gray jacket. He looked like he was going to a charity event for the LA Kings in like 1992.
Huge burn.
He looked brutal.
Yeah, that's a burn on Mike.
I don't like Mike. Get him out. Or brush your hair, Mike, and then I'll like you a little
Or brush
better.
your hair. Get a haircut, brush your hair. But Leo was, I mean, he was more
MVP.
or less star. Yeah, definitely the MVP, if not, the star of the whole thing.
How are all those other guys so bad at dodgeball?
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
On the team too, and he looked good. He's like an NFL player. He should have been. Maybe it was the trampoline was the great equalizer.
Looks like it was.
You needed good
Messed him
trampoline
up.
skills.
And he probably does because you use trampolines all the time as a stuntman.
Yeah. I was thinking that maybe this would be the time where somebody's face gets busted. Like, I thought maybe, I was like, oh, this is the thing where the guy gets hurt. But
no, but that happens at the mansion.
Yeah, exactly.
Which means I think it's either next week or the week after.
I really hope someone's nose is just really dry and they get a bloody nose.
That would be real fun.
It might be what it is.
What's the quote? It looks like a lion hit him. I don't remember what he said.
It's definitely... They always put on the neck brace no matter what. Yeah. And you know they're like, should we? And they're like, oh, for sure.
Put it on. It looks great. It looks really good.
It looks good.
Yeah, the producers just have one on hand.
Yeah.
So I'll say this. Listen, I after watching this dodgeball thing, Leo just completely dominated. However, his team was garbage, so they did lose. But you're not going to show me any interaction between Becca and Leo? None?
You know what they did? I was watching. It's key to watch body language in this show, and when you watch the after party when they were doing their one-on-ones, Leo, there was a big space between Leo and Becca, and then they cut right to Will's, and she was all over him. That's big.
Yeah, well.
But the one with Will's, when he kissed her, she kept her hands like closed, and she just kind of leaned. She wasn't as absorbed into Will's. And he's my dark horse, so I want him to win. Yeah. But he, like, it just felt like, I don't think there is that instant connection. And usually I'd be like, but that doesn't matter. But I think it does this time. She has some instant connections with some of these guys that seem very
I think you're right.
genuine
totally
and great.
I agree. I just think the Will's thing is spicy. I think there's something.
I like him. I like Will's.
Yeah, Liv's really liking Will's too. I liked how chill he was. He seemed so not fake. Like you really felt like there was an actual guy talking to her for once, which was very strange.
I talked to Andy about it, and I was saying, I think I picked well with him. Like, I think I would pick him and Garrett before I knew. I think, like, to date. If I was her and I only knew these guys from the people that were in front of me, and I saw a guy with a Harry Potter tattoo, I'm in. Seriously.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. Will's sort of quietly creeping up the ladder, you know what I mean?
And I think John Blanc, once I got to know him, saw him in that t-shirt, and I still can't talk. But Joe, I would have picked Joe, the grocery store guy, no matter what. He's for sure going to be on Paradise, everybody.
Great, we get to see a dickhead on Paradise.
Andy, you don't know that. You watch yourself. I will defend Joe.
I'm 3 for 3. I know it.
I follow him on Instagram, and he seems really nice. He's more handsome the more you see him.
From his employees at the grocery store.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I saw a thing that where he wasn't listed as an owner. He was listed as a buyer for grocery stores.
So maybe he owns part of it.
So does he own that grocery store? Maybe he's an investor. Does he not? I saw that.
His official bio says he currently owns and manages his own store.
Okay,
so maybe he was that, and then he's like, I'm going to get my own.
I think that's what he was that, because I think he mentions that in the opening. But anyways,
because he used to buy watermelons.
Yes, like, yeah. So I think he must have been incorrectly like. It was an article, and I think they must have misunderstood or something.
I'm obsessed with him. Everyone follow him on Instagram.
He's garbage.
Give him some
I'd
followers.
like to see him go through the produce and tell me what
I'd like
stuff
to
is
see
good.
him go to the
what
produce
good things
and tell
have
me
your
what's
employees
good.
done?
I'd sit there forever.
What good things have your employees done, you dick?
I would listen to him tell me whatever he wanted about prunes, and I'd be like, ooh, look at these prunes, Joe. No, give me a good.
All right. Joe's garbage, I promise.
He's great.
Yeah. The big controversy of the episode, if you could even call it that, was that Colton reveals that he went on a date weekend. This was very unclear. He had some weekend with Tia in January, which would have been, a few months before this show. Maybe I was spacing out at this point, but that was the whole issue,
they would have just started filming at the end of that.
He didn't say a weekend, did he?
Yes, he did. We had a weekend together.
Oh, that's it? Oh, well then whatever.
And also, he's a virgin, so they didn't have sex or anything.
I still think it's going to be he's a born-again version.
Since January?
Could be.
Well, maybe.
Whatever, man. There's no fucking rules. Anyone can be I'm a born-again virgin now. Guess what? I never had sex before.
I guess tonight I'll take that away.
Like, what's that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways, this is a bullshit thing anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, this certainly felt like something that probably wasn't that big of a deal when they shot it, but they realized they need to make Colton look bad because he's so clearly a front runner. And knowing that Tia comes back later, I guess. I don't know. But, I mean, Colton was so upfront about it. Why was she so uncomfortable?
I mean, Becca seemed really, disturbed by it, and I was also wondering that. And then, Sarah, you mentioned that's like...
I said it's her friend, so you'd want to talk to Tia and see what it was. Because then it's like you don't want to make your friend upset.
What if Tia still likes him and doesn't,
Or what if it was a bad situation?
Right.
And then that comes out. As this, none of their information. And that's what happened to JoJo and George are there.
JoJo and George are.
Everything that came out about him and his dating history really affected their relationship.
Right.
So you see that happen with all these bachelorettes and bachelors, and you're like, oh, what do I not know? And I bet that's also going through it. What else do I not know about these dumb idiots? Everyone's coming up to me every time I can have a private conversation you got to know something about this guy. You got to know something about me. I just fucked up. They're all a bit doy-doys.
Well, it looks like it's going to be fine and things are going to blow over next week when presumably Tia's going to just be like, you know what? I dated, what's his name? Colton. he's a fine man, and I wish you nothing but the best. He's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Would anyone like to buy a FabFitFun box? Just use my code, Tia.
Because I don't want to work at Gary's Dresses no more.
No. They make me work in the back. I'm not even allowed to be at the front. They
She's
just got
a
me putting
doctor.
slats up at the back.
She has her own
I have a
practice.
degree as a doctor, but I still just slat in that bathroom.
She's a doctor of dressing the floor displays at Gary's Dresses.
She has a doctorate in...
Doctor of slats.
Yeah, she has a doctorate in slats.
And there's only one place that it works.
Gary's Dresses.
Gary's Dresses.
Yeah.
So I'm confused about this whole thing. It feels like it's a little they're blowing it out of proportion for our courtesy. But we'll see next week. I want to hear from Tia. That obviously is going to be the key. But I think Colton's going to get out of this stronger than before.
He's going to be fine.
Yeah, for sure.
So then we hit up the cocktail party, the first one, and all the men were getting some good time in. Nothing weird was happening. Clay played football. And then all of a sudden, Jordan decides that she's seen him in clothes and that he needs to show a more stripped down
His
version of
quote
himself.
was, she probably is just thinking of this guy who's always 007. But I gotta show her what I'm really like. And it's like, no one thinks you're 007. Maybe they think you're like, who's like a loser in the James Bond world?
The gadget guy?
Felix Leiter? I don't know.
Felix Leiter,
One
maybe?
of these guys, man. He's definitely no 007.
No, he certainly is not.
000.
But I love him. I'll tell you that much. I'm loving Jordan's drama so far.
Yeah, he's very stupid.
Yeah, he's very
At the
stupid.
beginning of this episode, I was loving David. I think I picked him. Did I pick him? Yeah, I picked him as my number 2, Chicken Man. And he was doing well. And then all of a sudden, he gets preoccupied with this whole half nudity thing, which is pretty rich coming from Chicken Man.
Yeah.
I know. Like honestly,
Jordan's
Jordan's
a sacred place.
Yeah, sacred.
shows a bit of disrespect.
Ugh.
You showed up in a fucking chicken outfit, you idiot.
Yeah, he's a real dweeb.
He's like, and for someone to be threatened by Jordan,
Yeah.
like what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like you've got. There's something like honestly, David. He seems like a pretty normal dude at first, and then he's so threatened somehow by Jordan that he's got to like prove that he's smarter than him. It's like, look, man, guess what? You're all smarter than Jordan. Jordan's a bit of a dummy.
Jordan's a huge
He prides
dummy.
himself on words that he doesn't know how to say or even what they mean at all.
Ingenuity or whatever?
Yeah, he tried to say ingenuity and did not say it correctly or even, I think, use it in the right context. Like, anyways, you don't need to... It's like doing that to a little kid, honestly.
Yeah,
like,
it
that's
really
what it's
is.
like.
Because, though, David's very immature.
I guess, yeah, he is.
You can see it.
Yeah,
he's one of the
you're
youngest
right.
ones there.
He
Definitely.
cares, and he's someone not in there for... If we're talking about people who aren't there for the right reasons, if you're going to get preoccupied already with some guy, you're not there for her. Like,
You're screwed, yeah.
Like, if you need to have big conversations about a guy taking off his clothes, that guy is sinking his own ship. She's obviously very uncomfortable and obviously is being persuaded by producers to keep him around.
Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
for sure.
There is no way
But
he
you know
has
what?
a chance.
Yeah, no, there's no way he has a chance. However,
All he does is talk about his
is
clothes.
this a ploy by David to stand out in the season by starting a feud with so
Very.
far the number 1 villain?
I mean, he already put on a chicken suit. If there's any question about him trying to gain attention, I mean, I think that's been answered.
Maybe we got a bit of a waboom.
Bit of a waboom,
got a bit of a waboom situation here. Now, we said that he was not... Someone called him this season's waboom.
I did.
I think we were calling Garrett... We were accusing Garrett of being waboom because he did the Farley impression.
Oh,
but
really?
maybe not.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I might be wrong about that.
I wasn't. I thought that impression was fine because afterwards he went, "Is that okay?" So they asked him to do it for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they asked him to do that for sure.
David is the waboom. Let's.
I
But
think
David is
David's the
turning
waboom.
into waboom for sure.
Because he's starting to fight with a very similar kind of guy as that other guy was that Waboom fought with. And now they'll have a storyline, and maybe they'll both get invited to Paradise and get kicked off immediately.
They're going in, what, maybe 3 weeks? There's going to be a 2-on-1, and it's going to be David.
I think it is,
Jordan.
Yeah, it is.
And I think maybe, hopefully, she'll get rid of both of them. I don't know. Because David's gonna go next week. It teased David's gonna go and like talk to her, right? I think.
This is so stupid.
Ugh.
He might be off next week. Oh no, you're right. There is a 2-on-1 with them together.
Or at the very least, Jordan. I don't know if Jordan's definitely on a 2-on-1 because he's our first half villain.
Well, and he's calling David a bitch. Like, I hate both of them.
Oh, that whole thing about his theory, like this guy, he's not a man. His handshake. He's like, "Hello, I'm David." Ugh.
But like, what do you expect from Jordan? He's just a dummy. I don't expect anything more out of him. So I'm not even fazed by that. I'm more fazed by the person who's like sinking to his level.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Like
when Jordan was talking about his kids, Jordan Jr. and like
when I call him Jordy.
Becca was so uninterested and so put off by that.
She was saying stuff like,
it's so obvious.
Oh, yeah. Oh, like
she's humoring him like a child.
Yeah.
Like
and she laughs at him.
He has no idea.
She like pats him on the back when she hugs him. Like, she's done with him.
Oh, she's done.
She is fully keeping it. You know what? Maybe even for her own amusement.
Possibly.
Yeah,
I would be so grossed out if one guy walked up beside me, his dick right beside my face, in just underwear. I'd be like, excuse me, this is disgusting. Go away.
No, you wouldn't be like, hello, Mr. Dick, how are you?
Hello. Yeah, maybe I would just talk to his dick.
Mr. Dick.
Well, hello, Mr. Dick. Where did you go to school?
Dick University.
Tell me a serious thing about yourself. One time I fell off.
I fell off the body.
Pardon me, Mr. Dick.
Yeah. Wait, what?
You fell off the body?
What's the body? Is it like just what you call it?
The thing I'm attached to.
Oh, the body.
The body.
You don't know? You don't know him?
I came home.
I walked home myself. I had to find keys and get in.
You have a little house?
He has a little house. He has his own little house.
Does this have other dicks, Mr. Dick?
Oh, how about...
Not that I know of. No.
How about Mr. Dick is the little mini-me that Jordan was talking about that sits on his shoulder? Because that was one of the things. He's like, I'd love a little mini Jordan. And he would sit on a little mini-me. And sit on... I guess he was talking about kids, but it sounded like... So weird. So maybe he's actually talking about Mr. Dick.
His little dick.
His little dick. That's
could be talking about his little dick.
I can confirm he was talking about me.
Oh, I knew it.
I knew it.
So Kristan, when he walked by, was like, "Oh, I saw something I didn't want to see," or I saw something. Like, I think he saw his wanger.
Did he actually see his wanger?
I don't know. The way he reacted seemed like maybe he saw it.
One of my biggest pet peeves is when guys see a guy half naked, not even fully nude, and like, "Oh, I didn't need to see that."
I know. Me too.
You look. You see. If you have a dick, you see one every day.
That's what I think Kristan was doing.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Unfortunately, I do think that's what was happening there.
Yeah, because it's like, also, you guys all just changed in front of each other a few times.
And Kristan, he's the Harlem Globetrotter. They're in the locker rooms, nude all the time.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because I do really like him.
Maybe the Globetrotters...
Oh, well, maybe he's just trying to make a joke, that's all.
Yeah.
They do trick showers after the game.
Yeah.
Moves with towels and...
There's like weird spouts.
No, if you've ever been to a Harlem Globetrotters locker room, you don't see anything.
Yeah, or...
moving really fast.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's always naked around him, so he didn't like the fact that he had his underwear on.
There's a lot of creative dick hiding.
Yeah, a lot of creative.
Yeah.
In the Harlem Globetrotters locker room.
I did like that Kristan...
shoes back and forth at the same.
There's always a model train moving around and people walking. Remember, they have to use that all the time.
They always get an audience member to come in and help them out.
Holding buckets and like throwing glitter and stuff.
I didn't ask to be a part of this part.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
My ticket was $30.
I don't want to see them all nude.
I would have paid $60. But Kristan really whipped the ball hard.
When he whipped it at Becca.
A few times.
I love that move.
I thought that was very funny also. And then at the end, we were worried because I guess we were talking or something. We missed Kristan getting his rose. We were like, oh no, is she not going to pick Kristan? Is it just because he whipped a ball at her?
It was funny. But he got picked.
But luckily, he did get picked.
He got it. So who didn't get one? It was Ricky,
Trent,
Alex,
and Alex.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't know Alex was someone that I was like, who's that guy? And he looked like a scruffy little kid.
I 100% forgot about Trent. I did. Look at this guy's face.
Oh, yeah. Trent's got a forgettable face.
Trent's face. I don't know how I didn't laugh at this last time, but Trent's face on the cast website is him just going like this.
It's doing like that, but also not looking. Yeah. He's not in focus with the camera, so it's like he's looking just under it.
He looks like somebody in like a digital design class. The project was you must create an artificial human using computer effects, and like this was the best one. Like that's pretty realistic. But
there's something up with him.
There's something off about him, and then who
make
else?
Him look smug as hell.
Yeah,
Ricky just didn't show up this episode.
Yeah, Ricky just didn't bring it. Yeah,
and Alex looked like a scruffy little kid. I said that right before, and Alex then he cried so sweetly.
I know,
and I felt so bad for him, and I was just like, he's drunk. There's no way.
Yeah. And then afterwards, I was like, he's just drunk.
Yeah, because I was like,
which is true.
He's drunk for sure.
Probably was
After watching a lot of reality competition shows in my life, if anyone cries, it's because they're drunk.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
it's guaranteed. Alex was also the oldest person on the show, I think, so we can officially get rid of the 31-year-old. I don't think there's one person older. There might be another 31-year-old, but
Joe was 31.
Kristan is 31.
Leo's 31.
There's no 32s, I don't think.
Yeah, so there are still two 31-year-olds.
I thought there was 3.
Joe's gone, and now Alex is gone. Those are the 31-year-olds.
No, there's 2 left. Jean Blanc.
Jean Blanc. Oh, yeah, you're right. Jean Blanc is also 31, yeah. So Leo, Jean Blanc, Kristan are all still around.
I regret not looking past the perfume with Jean Blanc.
It was jarring, though, in that first episode.
It was a lot.
They really made him look like a bit of a chooch in that first one. Like, I love accoutrements, and I love cologne.
Yeah.
And then his name being the cologneur, like, that doesn't help your case.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. But, like, we know a real-life cologneur.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. So,
but he wouldn't call himself that.
Yeah.
He would.
He does a YouTube thing about cologne.
Yeah, he would. For sure.
Like it's like royal something cologne, and like, but he gets a huge audience.
Yeah,
because people love cologne, and he has so many colognes.
I've talked to him
way more than Jean Paul.
I've talked to him about fragrances, and it's like really cool.
Yeah,
it's an interesting thing to learn. Like, it's not for me, but like it's I like hearing about things that people are like interested and passionate about.
So why didn't I look past it? What was the?
I don't know.
Because now. I wish I picked him as one of my top 3.
Glenn's right. Like, it does seem like a chooch thing to do. Like,
can I change my 3?
No.
You certainly cannot change your 3.
Certainly cannot.
I'm going to try. I'm going to put it into the board. I'm going to put it into the board. Shit. The board of people that I will ask is Liv and Maggie, and they get to decide if I can change.
They have no bearing on this podcast. They are not
Maggie,
involved in this.
Liv, let me know.
You can't change your picks.
You can't. Yours are good. What are you complaining about?
I know, right?
Garrett, Colton, Blake, and Wills.
Hey,
I take Colton out. I take Colton out.
Okay, we talked about who's out, right? We're at the end
they're
of the
all
thing
out.
Here? Okay, so no spoilers or anything, but there is a big spoiler out there. The show has been spoiled.
You know it?
Yeah,
I don't know it. No.
Plague.
I've been avoiding it as best I can, and I have avoided it.
So do you
completely.
know anything
I haven't read
about...
anything about it. No, nothing.
I'll see it by accident for sure.
Honestly, know nothing at all.
I always see it by accident.
In the case of this show, it's usually they know who
I'm laughing because you're like, I will see it by accident.
Yeah. I will. I always do. It. No, I'm always like, this site's fine, and I go on Reality Steve like a full
that's the worst
stupid.
One. That's the dumbest one.
Oh, I know. Huge dumb move, and then I saw it, and I was like, oh. Or you'll see something on Instagram.
As I was saying, so I've avoided the spoilers and everything. But I think the reason, so if you don't, you come to a podcast for discussion and speculation. This is what you're getting.
Yeah, Andy knows nothing.
I honestly know nothing, but I think the reason that they've been making such a big deal about Garrett and the reason Becca was being so like aloof about it all. She was like, well, I respect opinions, blah, blah. I think he wins.
Oh, no, everyone thinks that.
Good. Okay, good.
Everybody,
good.
That's like the big consensus that, of course, he wins. He started up Instagram again. If you had said that stuff and you were just like a man that wasn't in this world anymore, you'd shut down your Instagram for a long time and you just peace out.
Yeah, he restarted his Instagram. Yeah.
He restarted his Instagram, made a big apology, and said, I'm starting anew. This is the kind of person I am. I'm sorry I liked some stuff that was bad, basically. And so apparently she has commented on it. I don't know what she said.
She has, and she basically still avoided saying anything about it.
Yeah, so I think this guy, and I would like to put the question out there. If all he's done is like these posts, what would, if you had fallen completely in love with this guy for 2 months, seeing only the good side of him, and the one bad thing you came back to is that he'd liked some real shitty posts, but that he'd liked them, he didn't comment on them, he liked them. What would we do? I can't say. I hate what he liked, and I hate what's behind it.
Yeah.
But I didn't even get to see them all close up, so I'd really have to research what had happened. I don't know what I'd do, especially after being dumped. Like, finally think I found the love of my life, and then this is, people do worse. It's easy
for us, like, left-leaning commie pinkos to be like, oh, that's an auto dump. He's gone. You can't like that stuff. But if Becca is a Republican, which is very likely considering, her religion and stuff.
Yeah, but she was there's evidence that Becca is. Oh no, she is. She supported Hillary Clinton. She like.
Oh, okay.
She
there we go. That's good.
Not campaigned, but like she was out there publicly supporting Hillary.
But still, she might skew on a side that's not.
Most Americans do. We're Canadian. We're like more liberal in general. So like.
Yeah,
it's but I think that
basically what I'm saying is if she leans right, she might disagree with some of the stuff he liked, but not as much as someone on the left.
And I think what you were saying so bad, like what?
Well, I think what you were saying is like, yeah, he liked some things and like they're pretty brutal. But, like, that doesn't make you a bad person, really.
Yeah, like, was he thinking was he being, like, a goof, saying, like, oh, these are funny? Or was he, like, good, get these people? Like what was his intention?
Sometimes, I'm not going to make excuses for him or anything, but, like, sometimes when you're just liking things on social media, it's just like, okay, yeah, like. I probably am not going to like anything I actually disagree with. So, if he's like, oh, but the first thing he said? The first thing he said is that his account got hacked. And then a day later.
But think about no media training. You have no media training.
No,
what are you going to say?
But this is another reason why I think the guy won.
Oh, he won. I already thought he would anyway, just because of the episode. So this doesn't even change that for me.
But now seeing all this, it's like...
now afterwards, I want to see what he says about it. Was he following people and he just liked all his friends' posts? Like, what is the real thing?
He's a guy who believes in that stuff, of course. People who don't just like those things.
But what a hard thing. Like, I hate that so much.
I still don't think it makes him necessarily a bad person. He might be kind of dumb and, like, I don't know.
But if you were dating them, it would be so disappointing. I feel so bad for Becca. I just feel so bad for her.
But you can exist and be in a relationship and still care about somebody who has different political views than you.
But she has to deal with this shit.
Oh,
like,
no, yeah.
Like, that just sucks. It doesn't mean that, like, I think she'd be bad for staying with him.
No.
But what would you do? Like, I don't know. I think I'd be out. I do. I don't think I can handle it.
Yeah, it's just hard to put yourself in Becca's shoes in this case.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because I know that most people I know would be out in a second again, but I don't know. Like,
it's all on TV.
And Andy's right. Like, if you look at my history, you look at stuff I like, there could be the same kind of thing that's left-leaning. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. There's
that
probably
Republican might be like, oh my God, they like that trash.
Yeah.
What would come out about me on my Instagram is how many cats I follow. And I would be like, somebody hacked my account. Because it's so many.
There's also the thing of like hyperbole is a thing that is used by everyone. And I'm not saying that all of that stuff is just hyperbole, but like sometimes you might like something in that way, right? You might like the most extreme version of your view because you think it's kind of funny. Like, I know I'm probably guilty of that when it comes to liking Facebook posts. Like, I probably would like something on Facebook that I wouldn't exactly say out loud myself. Same thing, like leaning more, obviously, on my side of the political spectrum, more left. But, like, so it doesn't necessarily mean you believe it 100% for real. You might just be liking a Facebook post.
I think what would be different, too, though, on the other side, is if it had been, like, a post from a long time ago. But they're pretty recent.
They're pretty recent, and,
I see both sides.
If it was anyone in our social circle, it'd be an instant fuck off.
I'd be like, what?
This guy's a piece of shit.
But what about someone that you love, like a friend dearly? You don't tell them to fuck off. We have friends that say shitty stuff all the time. We don't kick them out of the group.
But I think, like, if it was someone
we know who we're talking about.
I think I would know that they were right-leaning anyway, so I'd be like, oh, that's weird. I didn't know they were that extreme, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
But if you still love them, you still love them.
I still love them.
Yeah. So it's an interesting way to look at it.
But,
so when there's like real love, like romantic love involved, and you're engaged and you've got this huge ring and you've got all this stuff, and Chris Harrison says you'll love each other forever.
It's a very interesting and tough spot. Like things nowadays are so divided. Like it's if you don't see eye to eye politically, you cannot be like friends. And there's it's like instant arguing on social media or online or something.
There's no coexisting right now.
Yeah. Whereas before all this kind of stuff existed, like it felt like, well, of course there was certainly opposition, but like it felt like it either didn't come up as much or like people were more willing to like. I don't know. People weren't so like on either end of everything.
Well, we didn't have as much information as we do now. I was talking to my friend who just had a baby, and we were talking about how like our parents basically just kept us alive, you know, like comparatively to what people worry about now. There's a meme that's like, what do parents care about now? And it lists all this stuff. And what did our parents care about? That we were breathing. That's about it. Yeah. And I think that's not totally true. I just don't think you hear the stories of your parents sleep training you. Like, that's not something we all hear about, but they did it. Yeah. And they probably forget what it's really like when you talk to them about it. But we have so much information now. So we learn, we get scared of more things. Like, we thought Bella had food poisoning from eating, or not food poisoning, poison from eating a plant. Bella. I call Leia. Oh, guys, I keep calling her Bella.
That's our other cat.
She ate a poisonous plant. And the lady I called poison control, she's like, don't read the internet. It's not true.
Yeah. There you go. There you go,
so
right?
I think we just have so much information about everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. We got a lot of opinions, a lot of information. But hey, this technological age has enabled us to do this podcast because of Bachelorette.
It's sick.
That is correct.
In a social media age, man, this is our opinion getting out to the airwaves to all thousands of you. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Beautiful thing.
Beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
So, you know, we hope that no matter who it is, that Becca will find happiness.
Yes.
And that it works out for them.
I hope she's happy. And I hope people are too hard on Becca in the situation. Yeah. Let the woman find happiness.
I think she will.
Even if she's a bit boring.
She's a bit boring,
she's
but
a bit
I
boring.
like her. She's been one of...
she's nice.
She's my type.
She's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there it is.
That's all I got to say. I got to go to bed. Yeah. We're doing this late night in the Eastern time zone.
We don't usually do it directly after the episode like this.
But we're going to Niagara on the lake.
I kind of like this.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
It's more my speed.
I like it better because everything's fresh in the old memory here.
I was struggling last week.
The one last thing I want to say, Chris Harrison in that suit before they were going to go hit stuff, he looked great.
Everyone's been talking about how the Big Daddy Harrison has been looking real good these days.
But he had no tie and it was open. Also, the men need to stop wearing ties at the cocktail parties. You met her. You made a good impression. Let's get loose. Okay?
You're saying no ties.
David would not agree with that.
Oh, no. David, tie right up to his neck.
Jordan also probably wouldn't agree with you there.
Well, I wonder what... I think there's like just hummingbirds in his head. No brain.
No brain.
No brain. The guy's all meatballs up there.
Okay. I just have one question before we go.
Okay, one question before we go.
How old is Dennis Hopper? What do we think?
Dennis Hopper is dead, 81. For one thing.
Oh, yeah.
How old was he when he died?
Yeah, man. Dennis Hopper died.
Oh, God.
A while ago.
I'm going to say 79.
Oh.
He was in his 80s, I bet.
I don't know. Will it show us his death age? I don't know, man.
Yeah, it'll show us his death age.
He died in 2010.
74.
74.
2010. Man, been 8 years without Hopper. No wonder this world's on the brink of collapse.
Right? No wonder we're going
Dennis
to shit.
Dennis Hopper was great.
Dennis Hopper was great.
All right.
Hey, Gunn, I got one more question for you. Sarah likes to stay up till 3 a.m. This is great. Everyone hang out with me.
All right, gang. That's it for this week. We'll see everyone next time.
Thank you.
Goodbye. If you want to contact us, you can reach out to us on social media. We're at The Bachelor Pod on Twitter, and individually, we're at Andy Holbone,
at Glenn McCauley,
at Olivia McCauley,
at the Sarah Hillier. That's @ THESARAHHILIER.
If you want to support the show directly, you can go to patreon.com/thebachelorpod and donate there. Otherwise, we're thebachelorpod@gmail.com for an email, and thebachelorpod.ca. That's our website.